Welcome all, this is Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Today's top headlines. Coronavirus, 2 deaths reported in Andhra Pradesh, Guntur as cases tally breaches 500 mark. The number of COVID-19 positive cases breached the 500 mark in Andhra Pradesh on Wednesday with 19 more samples testing positive for the virus. The total number of cases stand at 502 in the state. 2 more deaths were also reported in the state and both were from Guntur district. Guntur district continued to top the list with 118 positive cases, followed by Kurnool 97 and Nellore 54. There was a sudden spurt of cases from West Godavari today, with 8 cases recorded from there, taking the total number of patients in the district to 31. 6 samples from Kurnool tested positive, while Guntur and Krishna districts accounted for 4 and 1 case respectively. The 2 deaths were in Guntur. Both the deceased, one a 52-year person and another 53-year, were from Kumari Bazar of Guntur city. The duo were identified for COVID-19 symptoms during community screening on April 6 and were shifted to Guntur Government General Hospital. Online classes for SSC students on Saptagiri TV YouTube channel. With the postponement of SSC examinations, once again due to the extension of lockdown, the state government has decided to introduce Vidyamrutam program, under which online classes on solving examination papers will be telecast through Saptagiri channel for class 10 students. Education Minister Audhi Mullapur Suresh on Tuesday said the new dates and schedule of the SSC examinations would be announced after the completion of second phase of the lockdown on May 3. In order to help students stay focused on their studies, the Education Department has decided to telecast online classes related to tips on solving examination papers through Saptagiri channel. The classes will be conducted daily for 2 hours, 1 hour each from 10 am to 11 am and between 4 pm and 5 pm. Other classes and educational videos are already being telecast from April 8. Now videos to solve the examination papers along with their time management while writing exams will be aired, said Principal Secretary to Education B. Rajshekhar. Fee reimbursement amount to be credited to mothers in Andhra Pradesh. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy has said the fee reimbursement amount would be credited to the accounts of mothers from the next academic year. He also directed officials to be brace up for implementation of Raitu Bharosa initiative from May 15. In a video conference with collectors and district SPs from his camp office in Tadepalli on Tuesday, Jagan said that government has cleared 1,800 crore fees reimbursement dues of the 2018-19 academic year and 3/4 of the current academic year. From the next academic year, the fee reimbursement amounts will be credited to the bank accounts of the students' mothers after the third quarter of the academic year, Jagan said. According to a statement issued by the Chief Minister's office, the officials told the Chief Minister that the government used to pay only 35,000 fee reimbursement and the remaining by the parents in the engineering colleges. But now the government has issued orders to reimburse total fees and ordered the colleges to repay the amount to parents. GITAM hospital employees fear coronavirus no more. Last month, a few nursing staff of the Geetham hospital ran away after they were assigned on coronavirus duty. Now they are part of the team that has successfully treated 5 positive patients at the district COVID-19 hospital. We motivated the staff for 2 weeks and allayed their fears on coronavirus. They are now actively involved in the treatment of infectees. More junior doctors are coming forward to enthusiastically work in the COVID ward. Every doctor, nurse and sanitation worker directly involved in the treatment of COVID patients are given protective gear such as PPE kits and N95 masks, says GITAM Hospital Superintendent N. Dwarkanath. The hospital staff work in 4 shifts, 2 doctors, 1 consultant and junior doctors each, 2 nurses and a sanitation worker work in each shift. There was no shortage of PPE kits and N95 masks as the district administration has provided the hospital with sufficient stock, he added. Andhra Pradesh Lord Venkateswara Temple to comply with lockdown extension, entry closed till May 3. The famous Lord Venkateshwara temple at nearby Tirumala will remain out of bounds for devotees till May 3, following the extension of the nationwide lockdown to contain the spread of coronavirus. The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams (TTD), which governs the Lord Balaji temple among others, made the announcement following Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech on Tuesday extending the lockdown, a temple official said. TTD had on March 20 barred entry of devotees into the temple for a week in the wake of coronavirus scare and later extended it after the Prime Minister announced a nationwide lockdown on March 24. TTD Public Relations Officer Dr. T. Ravi told PTI. He further said all rituals and were being conducted daily by the priest as usual at the Hill Temple. COVID-19, 3-year-old child to 80-year-old woman among 483 patients in Andhra Pradesh. The oldest person to test positive for coronavirus in Andhra Pradesh was an 80-year-old woman from Guntur, while the youngest were two 3-year-old girls, one from Kurnool and another from East Godavari district. Of the total 483 COVID-19 cases registered in the state from March 12 to April 14, 125 were female and the rest male, and 31 of those afflicted were under the age of 15 years, data released by the AP government here on Tuesday revealed. Among the children, there were 2 each of 3, 5 and 7 years, 3 each of 8 and 6 years, a 9-year-old and 6 were 10-year-old. The Government of India authorities insisted that AP to release the COVID-19 details like other states in a transparent manner, and accordingly, the state government finally released some data on the pandemic thus far, official sources said. Asaduddin Owaisi slams PM Modi for ignoring KCR's ideas. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi on Tuesday slammed Prime Minister Narendra Modi for ignoring Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao's suggestion on how to ease the difficulties of the common man. Increasingly, PM India's addresses to the nation are things that can be done through a single tweet. As the Telangana CMO has been demanding, states need relaxation of financial norms, fiscal relief and immediate aid. Today, Wazir Azam ignored the plight of vast majority of Indians who have been thrown into a state of hunger, homelessness and inconceivable desperation, he tweeted. He said Modi left citizens to the charity and goodwill of the rich. If states are responsible, what will union do? Submit GOs of Outstays Rehab Plan, Telangana HC. The Telangana High Court directed the state on Monday to submit government orders regarding the rehabilitation of families affected by the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project (KLIP) in Siddipet district by April 20. The government orders are conspicuously missing from the record, as the copies of these government orders have not been submitted by the state government. The bench, comprising of Chief Justice Raghvendra Singh Chauhan and Justice T. Amarnath Gode, remarked. The bench was hearing a petition filed by Y. Babulu and 24 other projects affected persons PAPs from Madhidyala village of Muluk Mandal in Siddipet district. The petitioners sought directions to the authorities concerned to not to take any coercive steps against them. This include removal of essential infrastructure like roads, water supply, electricity connections, communication lines and so on, and causing submergence of their houses. The petitioners also sought court directions to the government to provide relief and resettlement package including double-bedroom houses in a 250 square yards plot as per provisions of Land Acquisition Act 2013 and as amendment by Act 21 of 2017 earlier. Veteran playwright writer C.S. Rao no more. Chintapenta Satyanarayana Rao, popularly known as C.S. Rao, 84 years, a well-known writer, playwright, actor and trainer, passed away here on Tuesday. He is survived by a daughter and 2 sons. Born on December 20, 1935, an eminent theatre personality, he was regarded for providing the story for popular actor Chiranjeevi's debut film Pranam Kharidu 1978, Urumadi Bathukulu, Kamalamma Kamatam and Kuka Katuku Cheppudeba. He debuted as an actor in the Kamal Hassan starrer Soma Kadidi Soko Kadidi 1978, directed by Singatham Srinivasa Rao. He also featured in films like N.T. Rama Rao starrer Sarada Ramudu and Matti Manushulu. Rao was also known for grooming several actors, making documentaries and long odysseys. A highly regarded intellectual, Rao was also served as a correspondent for Gitanjali High School, Chikkadpalli. Theatre veteran and former chairman of Andhra Pradesh Nataka Academy, Gummadi Gopal Krishna and a host of other prominent artists condoled his death. Need doctors at shelters in Twin Cities, PIL in Telangana High Court. The Telangana High Court will hear a PIL that seeks directions from the government to send doctors to temporary shelters set up in Hyderabad and Secunderabad on Wednesday. The PIL seeks to provide medical facilities to the inmates who are ill and to conduct COVID-19 diagnostic tests on them. It also sought court directions for having required quarantine measures at each of the shelters and to increase number of shelters to maintain social distancing. The suo motu PIL is based on a letter addressed to Chief Justice Raghvendra Singh Chauhan by Advocate Vasudha Nagaraj. The advocate in his letter stated that the absence of COVID screening and medical facilities at these shelters may lead to spread of COVID. He stated that as more than 200 inmates are sheltered in each shelter, there is an urgent need of medical attention to the inmates. Watertight lockdown in Hyderabad. Hyderabad emerging as one of the COVID-19 hotspots in the state, Rama Rao, Yatala Rajender, Chief Secretary Somesh Kumar and Telangana DGP M. Mahinder Reddy held a meeting with health and municipal officials on how to contain the disease at Pragati Bhavan. Rama Rao said with the central government extending the lockdown to May 3, citizens should follow the rules and stay home. Especially at the 139 containment zone CZ in the city, the lockdown should be implemented strictly. CZs should be barricaded entirely. All approach roads and thoroughfares should be sealed, leaving no common entry and exit point open. Also, police will monitor these areas closely round the clock. Residents of such areas would not be allowed to step out of their homes. There will be persons dedicated for every CZ to ensure the supply of essentials such as milk and vegetables, Rama Rao said. Cops halt migrants' march to Srikakulam. As soon as Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced on Tuesday morning that the lockdown would be extended till May 3, a group of around 200 daily wage labourers from Maredpalli in Secunderabad gathered their belongings and started to walk to their homes in Srikakulam, Andhra Pradesh, as the group, which includes around 10 children and a few senior citizens, completed almost 7 km of the 900 km long trek to Srikakulam. They were stopped by police at Habsiguda. Public representatives including Minister of Animal Husbandry Talasani Srinivas Yadav and Uppal MLA Bethi Subhash Reddy had to pacify the crowd and convince them to remain in Hyderabad. We will reach there in 17 days. We are not afraid. People in villages on the way will feed us, said 65-year-old Lachamma. It is extremely hard to live here now as ration is being sold in black, she adds. Karimnagar farmers seek more machines to harvest paddy. Farmers in Karimnagar sought more machines to harvest a bumper paddy produce at the earliest to save it from untimely rain and hailstorm. Paddy cultivation increased by about 1 lakh acres in Karimnagar district this Rabi season, thanks to Kaleshwaram project water filling up local tanks. According to the Agriculture Department reports, in the last Rabi season, the crop was cultivated in 1,20,303 acres, but this year it doubled to 2,19,066 acres. Already at several areas in the district, farmers were seen drying harvested paddy in open lands before it could be sent to IKP and other government centers for procurement. District Agriculture Office V. Sridhar told Express that as cultivation area increased about 1 lakh acres, the yield was also likely to double. The yield last Rabi season was 2.27 lakh MTs and this year it is expected to be 5.14 lakh MTs. Of this, the actual produce will be 3.60 lakh MTs and the remaining would be for seed purpose. Sridhar said about 1,567 harvesters were available in the district, he said. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share, and subscribe By and Times. Stay tuned, stay updated.